how do you know when you've stepped into the ego program? Okay, you know because you will automatically be a victim, like your energy will contract, right? How many of you guys have been like walking through the forest, nature, like rocking it, feeling like you're just in life force energy, your heart's open, and then all of a sudden you think some contractive thought that you didn't choose to think, and you're instantly feeling like, oh, something, scared, nervous, anxious. Guess what? That's not you. That is the ego program playing a tape. Okay? Because you didn't stay in observation and choose, then it found you, it took over life experience, which is what it does, and it brought you into a more contractive state. Now, as you're walking through nature, whatever dimension of love that you are walking in, it's going to track you, to try to find you, to try to pitch you something, right? So it's easy when you're in a low vibration, when you're like, oh my God, I hate life and this is terrible. When you're super in the ego's like, great, I just get to, take this walk and I'm in charge of life force energy. Nobody's even interrupting the program. And then the higher and higher you get, it still meets you in all these dimensions on all these levels. It just gets sneakier and sneakier and sneakier. And it's in its lighter and lighter and lighter belief. It's great. And you still become a victim to that belief no matter what. Beliefs make you a victim instantly. Beliefs are what the ego program uses to take over your consciousness and control your life experience. I know. You're like, it's not funny. It happens every day. I'm like, I know. But it's 2020, right? Let's just let this all go. It's all good. Now is the time, right? Now is the time to step out of this program. So anytime you can know you're in the ego because you're automatically like in this victimhood. You're like, oh my God, why do I feel contractive? And usually that's like 1, 2, or 3 beliefs past, like it got you on something lighter, and then it brought you to some deeper level of control, and then it brought you into, oh my God, I'm scared of what's going to happen. And right, so it diminishes your energy with every layer until you're in such a small box. You're like, oh, I'm in the ego. But now you've got 3 boxes to get out of. Instead of noticing at the top layer, ooh, you just tried a belief on me. Almost got me, but that's a lie. Right? That's how you stay free. Okay. So you're either going to automatically become a victim, and you're also going to automatically become a perpetrator of whatever that is, right? So if it's like, oh my God, I'm tired, let's say that's the automatic lie that it sold you, which is a belief, right? So you go, oh my God, I'm tired, and you go, oh, you're instantly feeling like a victim to the tiredness, the belief that you just believed in. And you've got past validation that this is true, so there's lots of ammo, right? So you go, oh my God, I'm tired, you're a victim to it. Then you go out about your life, and somebody comes into your life that's like happy and vital and amazing, and you start perpetrating, yeah, but you haven't been through what I've been through. If you went through the health crisis that I went through, then you would feel like this too. But you're just all and like all happy-dappy and like all vital, right? And blah, 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 right? So you become a victim as well. Yay! I mean, a perpetrator as well. Yay! Just kidding. It sucks. I know it sucks. Or you avoid, right? You're like, okay, I'm just going to watch TV because I don't want to feel this tiredness. Or you are, you find a way to avoid being a victim or perpetrator, but you're still in avoidance, and you still have made this thing greater than you, right? Let's say you go into like, oh my God, I'm tired, but you got invited to some party that you thought you were excited about going to, but then you felt tired, and then you're like, oh, let me just avoid the whole thing altogether, right? That's all ego. All of it, the whole thing. I didn't hear anyone say, what do I consciously choose from Source's infinite menu? That didn't happen. Okay, so all of that is the first level of the ego, which is all automatic. Okay, and there's actually 3 modes that it functions in. So if you are believing automatic thoughts and automatic feelings, you're actually in mode 1. And there's 2 more modes that it goes into once you get past mode 1 or level 1. So the ego is programmed in 3 levels of controlling your life experience. So the first mode or level, I'm not sure whether to call them a level or a mode. So we'll find out through these lessons together. Is completely automatic, right? Where you're just at the throes of life. How many people do you know that don't even witness their consciousness? They're literally a walking, talking ego. I'm a victim now, and I want to perpetrate this now, and then I want to avoid this, and here is life. This is just all I get. I never even look at, what do I choose from an infinite menu. I just get thrown around in this roller coaster, right? So the voice comes up in their head. They are the voice. End of story. There's no place to go. It's all automatic. It's all unconscious. And they just continue living in that state of unconsciousness and unawareness, which this is the first kind of level we're going to take you out of. So the next level is when you begin to be aware that you actually can choose something different. Like, oh my God, personal development. I could change my life. Oh my God, I could have this. Oh my God, I could do something different. Oh my God, I could raise my vibration. I could, you start getting empowered to be able to kind of, step out of just complete unconscious, complete automatic. And what the ego does to keep you in its throes is to maintain separation by having you search for you, having you try to get you or fetch you, and then trying to have you possess you. Now, what I mean by that is it begins that whole thing of, now that you're looking, let's keep you distracted on things outside of you. If you get a relationship, then you'll be loved. If you get a relationship, then you'll be whole. If you get a relationship, then you'll be served in the highest. If you get a relationship, right? And it serves all those core patterns at the bottom, right? So it's all about outside circumstances, right? And trying to search, to try to find, to try to then get it, to try to then hold on to it and possess it. That's the second level, okay? And it's all ego. Like so many manifestation, tools, and so much of kind of the lower personal development arena is all about pushing to try to get, to try to be, to try to attain a peak performance state or whatever, you know what I mean? But that's all ego. And the thing is that the avoidance, the victim, and the perpetrator exist on all levels. So in the first level, you're an automatic victim, you're an automatic perpetrator, and then you're automatically avoiding all of that. On the second level, you're, you are a victim to searching for you instead of being you. And then when you get you, you're a victim to the controlling to try to possess. Like it happens in relationships, right? So if somebody is, you're searching for love outside of you, and you're looking for a relationship, and that person comes into your life, right? You've searched for them. Now you're going to get them. Now you're going to possess them as if that's love. And what'll happen is once you possess it, you just start searching for something else. So it's not actually a viable solution. Now the same thing happens, you become a perpetrator on that level too, because you perpetrate this consciousness that love is separate from you on your partner, and then you maybe dump that person because you're like, you didn't give me, I don't feel the way that I thought I was going to feel, so go away, right? So you perpetrate that onto somebody else, and you can avoid the whole thing because that has never worked, right? But all of that is still ego. None of it gets you out. Okay. And I don't want to talk too much about level 3, but I did want to bring it up because it's our first class together and level 3 might come up. Okay, so Level 3 is where the ego, once you begin working on it, like consciously reprogram your ego, you're going to notice that it digs in, potentially, and it tries to either fight, it tries to run, or it tries to freeze. Fight, flight, or freeze, right? So the closer you get to its core program of exposing the lie of the core program, I'm not loved, I'm not one, I'm not served, I'm not received, I'm not infinite, I'm not already, right? Once you get close to that, the closer you get, the more the fight, flight, or freeze is going to come up, right? So it's kind of like it doubles down. Like you get closer to noticing, you know, and really looking at the wizard behind the curtain, and it's like, oh, no, you've got to fight. You can't open up this curtain and realize that I'm nothing, that I don't exist, right? And you've got to, you know, get the hell out of here. Like you've got this consciously reprogramming your class, you've got to run. This is not good. This is getting worse. Oh my God, life is getting, go away from the core program, because if you realize this core program, if you expose it and be with it and get to the other side, then I won't exist. So yeah, get away from here. Or you get this kind of freeze thing where you go, I don't know what to do. I just don't feel like it today. I'm just gonna avoid it. Right? And you kind of like freeze in this program of, I'm just stuck here, right? So the closer you get to like unlocking, drilling down and unlocking it, the more you're going to notice it's going to try to fight, it's going to try to make you run, and it's going to try to suspend you in a current state, like whatever that might be, repeating a pattern endlessly. Does that make sense? So I wanted to bring that up so that you can notice when you're on the brink of freedom, there's that kind of fight energy. When you're on the brink of freedom, there's the I want to run energy. When you're on the brink of freedom, there's a, if I just don't do anything and I'll just stay the same, then I'll be okay, right? But all of that is still the ego running the show. Okay, so this week we're going to focus on beginning to set you free from level 1, because you can't go to level 3 without level 1. The automatic and the unconscious, okay? And this is where, again, this is where you believe you are the automatic thoughts in your head. You believe you are the automatic feelings that you're feeling. But really, all of that is literally the ego program. It's a video game, okay? So we are going to get you to interrupt that program and make conscious choices.